Hey, everybody. So I think you're seeing tear gas on Chicago streets. Many of you are. But behind the scenes, federal agents and a federal agency may not be following a federal court's TRO. In other words, they might be breaking the law. Here's the deal and what every federal employee needs to know. A federal judge has just tightened the rules on federal agents and is moving toward body cams. This is about your rights, not politics. I'm a federal employee attorney. I read the actual Chicago orders and a recent emergency TRO request, so you don't have to. Here's what's happening in plain English. A federal judge in Chicago issued a temporary restraining order that sets hard limits on how federal agents can police immigration-related protests. If you're a Fed anywhere, law enforcement, or civilian, this matters for you because it's a roadmap for what courts expect when the government interacts with the public. So 3 things you need to know from the order. 1, force is restricted. No tear gas, pepper balls, flashbangs, or less lethal rounds unless there's an immediate threat to safety. I think I saw what looked like targeting of a pastor with pepper balls, horribly illegal. And before any dispersal or force, agents have to give clear, audible warnings, time to comply, and a safe route out. 2, the press is protected. Journalists who aren't interfering cannot be targeted. Asking press to reposition is allowed, but using force to silence coverage is not. 3, accountability. Agents must display visible identifiers, unique alphanumeric codes, so conduct can be traced. Agencies also have to push this guidance down the chain and file what they're doing to comply. Why you're hearing about body cameras? Well, in court yesterday, the judge said she's profoundly concerned the limits weren't being followed, and she indicated she will require agents with body cams to wear them and keep them on. She also ordered ICE's Chicago field director to appear Monday to explain what's going on. So translation for feds, the court is ready to enforce compliance in real time. So I think what this means for federal employees, if you're in or supporting these operations, the court's order controls, you do need to follow the law, right? Law enforcement should be doing that. You need to follow it to the letter, document that you receive the guidance. If a field directive or other directive conflicts with the TRO should win. So flag it to counsel. You might also be a whistleblower. If you're a civilian Fed near these operations, know your rights in public spaces. As you comply with the Hatch Act, you can engage with certain restrictions for peaceful protests, press activity, and religious exercise. Those are all protected, and courts will act fast when those rights are chilled. Action items: if you witness departures from the order, write down the date, time, location, unit markings, and what warnings, if any, were given. Save emails and roll call sheets. If you're a press or a protester who's a Fed off duty, the same rules apply. Get to a safe spot, record what you can, and preserve evidence. So here's a gut check for our federal family. Should Judge Ellis's playbook, body cams on, clear warnings, no chemical agents unless there's immediate threat, be the standard for federal operations everywhere, not just in Chicago? What's the purpose of these people? Are they helping out or causing more problems? Does it protect both officers and the public while keeping First Amendment rights intact? If you're in law enforcement, does this make your job safer or tie your hands? Why? Do you think you are impacting the credibility of law enforcement at all this year? If you're a Fed outside LEO, does this clarity help you with your job and interact with the community? Has the government properly trained you? Have you seen agencies following or ignoring these rules on the ground? So what do you all think about some of these things that are occurring right now in our country? We'll keep tracking the docket today into the weekend because I think this is an interesting topic for federal employees. Again, as federal employees, you generally need to follow the law. We'll keep breaking down what's happening in plain English to help people. Please share this with a coworker who needs it. Drop what you're seeing in the comments and follow for the next update. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Take care and have a great day.